Hey, what's up? It's me, Zevran, and today we're playing some more Minecraft. I got a couple things I'd like to get done on today's episode. I want to get our nether portal set up. I want to get enchanting started. As you can see, I've already prepared the book paper, and I want to set up a little campsite. I think it's time we start moving out of our little cave in the side of the ocean and move up to high ground. Just going to be more of an aesthetic building, but I want to make it look like, you know, we landed here, we survived the first few nights in a cave, and then we're moving to a campsite by the river. Plus, this river's a real annoying to cross, but it's even more annoying to cross down here where it enters the ocean. Also, we're probably going to tear these bushes out because, you know, just because. Anyway. We've got a bunch of potatoes. I've got like a barrel full of potatoes. We've got our wheat spread out a little bit now. We've got a decent little crop going. I don't want to plant too much crops and just spread it out, but I thought this looked kind of cool by the river anyway. Kind of blends into the landscape. We've got a little bit of a sheep and a cow farm over there. We'll go check those out in a second. I'll show you a little update of the base so far. I don't think much has changed since last episode. I've added a little bit of character here and there, a little fence post here. You know, I think I've already mixed in the cobblestone ahead of time, but anyway, I put a stair here because jumping up is annoying. We got a pressure plate for our door. Put in a lot more of these indents to make this cave seem a lot more deteriorated. This goes down to our mine, nothing new here. I've done a little bit more mining, but we still need a lot more resources, but we've got a decent chunk to get us started. We've got our materials. This is for our tent project. I want to set up a little campsite, like I said, so we got a bunch of wool. Figure a big white tent. Potatoes for days. I've only got one set cooked up. Probably should slap another stack in the furnace, actually. Actually, I've already got a stack of steak, too. You'll see where that all came from in a second here. Probably don't need those potatoes, actually. I forgot about that steak. But, we'll actually hold on to that for now because I don't think we need that good of food. And, there's no reason to be lugging around good stuff like that. We'll also put our helmet back on because I don't want to die again. First couple episodes, I had a few deaths. I mean, I was playing pretty aggressively, but that's just the way it is. Go over here and check out our cow and sheep farm. At first, I just had a pen. As you can see, this is like a really annoying crossing. I want to build a campsite and a bridge up there, but once you get past the little current there, you can swim pretty fast, so it's not too big of a deal. But anyway. We've got our two pens here. Initially, I had these pens just wall-to-wall cows and wall-to-wall sheep, and I hate how that looks. So what we've actually done is, well, let me grab some wheats. Should have grabbed some from the house before I came over here, but we'll grab a couple wheat real quick. All right, we've gathered up our wheat. Also, I got this handy-dandy pumpkin from our friendly traveling salesman over there. It was 1 emerald for a seed, which, I mean, the nice part about this server so far is it seems we have an abundance of emeralds. Something to do with the world painter generation. It'll spawn emeralds anywhere in the world, not just in mountain biomes, so that's nice. We've got our sheeps. I think we've got plenty of wool, but we might as well clip these guys anyway. But the actual farm now, where the majority of the animals are located, is down below in a much more insidious hole. We're using a cramming farm. I'd never heard of them before, honestly, but I wanted a way to not have a giant pen full of cows. So it turns out if you put enough entities in a small area, they will murder each other in order to make room. And when they die, they will kill the adults first. So if you make them all breed, they make a bunch of babies. However many babies they make, it kills that many adults. And then down below here, you get your leather and your meat. So every time that you can feed them, you're able to harvest essentially, you know, 1/2 of however many will fit in that hole. It has to do with your cramming limit. I haven't changed the server's maximum. I think it's like 60 something. So you get like 30 something meat. Same thing over here with the sheep. Once again, you're only going to get white wool out of this, obviously, but you get mutton and wool, which is nice. I've got a lot of meat now from this, but it wasn't even really my intention. I actually just wanted the sheep so that I could build that campsite, but you know, now that we have all the rest of the materials, that's good too. And I can't feed them right now for some reason. I think I may have fed them right before I logged off, so that's why. But you saw the wool we had, so it definitely works. I think it's probably more efficient if you have a huge pen in the middle of the woods and you just fill them up to max and breed them constantly, but this looks a little cleaner, takes up a little less space, and isn't so aesthetically displeasing. So, as I said, I want to do the campsite, the ender portal, and the enchantment table. We did finally find a pool of lava. We'll go down in the mine and take a look. As you'll see, when I was creating the world, I thought I spread lava pools out enough. I thought I was being handy and not making, you know, a bunch of dangerous pools of lava, but what really happened was I made them so sparse that it's actually really hard to find them. And we got lucky and fell upon one, but it's like a couple hundred blocks underground. You'll see when we go down there. Apologize for the obnoxiously loud sugarcane. Hopefully it's turned down lower in the mix and it's not blowing your guys' ears out, but I also am going to get rid of the sugarcane. This is just so that I can farm it up, you know, for the time being. Once I have enough paper, this won't really be necessary, but for now, this is what we're dealing with. On a little YouTube behind the scenes note, I'm still having a really hard time picking a soundtrack. It's weird. I kind of want to go towards more a fantasy, almost like Viking Skyrim style music, but I also don't want the music to be really the theme of the world, and I don't know how often I want to be looking up music, because it turns out finding good royalty-free music that fits the video you're creating is not always easy. So still working on what I want for a song. There may be some different music here and there as we start the series, but bear with me till I find something I like, or you could tell me what you like, and maybe we'll go with that. As you can see, plenty of sugarcane, plenty of seeds. I did mostly farming between episodes. I really wanted to get the base resources up to snuff. I have a stack of meat somewhere too. I also have to get a storage system set up, but that's just, you know, we're doing what we can do for now. But we have to start the town before we can build a real warehouse. It feels weird to just put a warehouse out here in the middle of the woods. It's about to be nighttime, so I'll go down and show you where the lava spawn was. It took me, oh god, I have not been having very good luck. I think I've gotten like 20 diamonds. We've mined out hallways and hallways. As you can see, our cave expedition has not continued. I think that we'll avoid those until we get our diamond armor and all our enchants up, but this hallway is super long, and as you can tell from the bare stone sides, I didn't even really get that lucky on materials going through here, so it really was a waste. Let's speed this up because this is a long tunnel and I don't feel like filling the dead space while we walk there, so. I left these on purpose because I don't have a fortune pick yet, so I'm gonna come back after those after we get fortune, but as you can see, it's a hike. So I made sure to get plenty of obsidian when I was here before. Honestly, now that I've ran down here, I'm tempted to just grab some more obsidian because that run is annoying. This pool is pretty big. I haven't dug to see how far it goes, but I think this probably goes 50 blocks that way, and I bet it's 50 blocks wide, so we should have plenty of lava. I think it's also like 10 blocks deep. It's a huge pool of lava. So I put a little infinite water source here in a bucket because I'm always going to forget to bring one if I don't. Little crafting table. Honestly, probably should put some, like a diamond pick in here with efficiency just to have this as my obsidian farm hole for now. But this is all we're getting our obsidian. So we've got enough for our portal and we've got enough to do our enchant table. So let's go back topside and convert all that leather, diamonds, and obsidian into some beautiful Minecraft progress. Okay, first things first, let's get this portal placed. Don't want it too close to my base. No one likes listening to this thing making constant noise. I also, as with the general theme you'll see as we make our way through this world, is I want to make stuff that looks like it belongs. So I want the portal to semi-blend into the environment. We don't really have tall hills, but we do have these rocky wall areas. I think we can make this look like a door that, you know, sprouted up into the hill here. So this rock face right here is pretty good. It's kind of flat anyway. It's not the best looking environment. So I think we do it below this tree. I think that would look pretty cool. Blend it in. We'll put some bushes and stuff. Oh god, scared the crap out of me. We'll blend it in with some wood. I grabbed spruce. I can't tell. Is that spruce or is that oak? I think that's spruce. Yeah, well, either way, it'll be a fancy tree if that's not the right kind, but I think that's right. Anyway, I want the portal to look like it appeared underneath the tree and grew up into the tree. So let's do a little overhead cam, and you can watch me build this thing and work it out. I want to make probably at least a 3x4 portal, I think. I like making bigger portals. And then we'll get to see what our nether spawn looks like. But first, let's build this thing. Alright, so I was rudely interrupted by some skeletons, but we did finish it. And I think it came out pretty cool. I blended it in underneath the tree directly. I didn't bring enough spruce, as usual. Had to run back for materials several times. Didn't bring flint and tinder, but we got her done. And the background doesn't look great. I wish I could have blended the border in a little bit more. I guess I could have made it bigger, but it's pretty cool. I think it'll look neat. It looks like it belongs in the environment, I would say. It's good for a first attempt, and we're only going to get better as this playthrough goes, but what do you say we take a look at what our nether spawn looks like? Oh boy. Yeah, that's pretty good. I bet this looks really cool at nighttime, actually. I could put more blocks here and hide that border more, but I think it's fine. It looks pretty cool. Dirt block in the tree, maybe not. I don't know. I like it though. This is pretty neat. It's pretty far from my base too, so I shouldn't be able to listen to it, but it's not so far that it's a hassle to run to. So, a couple things when we go in here. I'm hoping that it's wide open spaces. I've got flint with me. I'll build a little cobblestone around us in case we have ghasts. Ideally, we'll have a good spot where we can do a pigman XP farm, but you never know what you're going to get when you walk through these things, so fingers crossed. Also, I really like the new red and blue wood, so hopefully we're near though. Okay, we are right on the ledge. This is not ideal. Pretty much the opposite of what I was hoping for, although we are next to one of the forests. Oh, we've got a lava. Oh man, this is great. We got a gas as expected. We did bring our flint with us in case this guy decides to delete our portal, but hopefully that doesn't happen. Let's just go back through. Well, we've got a break from him, so this is not an ideal spawn, but we'll cobblestone it all off and make it look pretty. Also, keep your food on your hotbar. I keep taking my food off my hotbar, and it's gonna lead to some bad things. But anyway, kind of a bummer on the nether spawn, but that's alright. We'll make it work. We might have to do some traveling to get to a good spot to farm pigmen, but we've got our nether portal built. That was a big thing. I think now we'll do our campsite, and this clearing seems perfect to me. It's not going to be too big. I'm just thinking a tent, a couple benches, a little fireplace, and then maybe some bushes and a broken up fence around it to kind of... See, I don't want it to look like a permanent campsite either, so I don't know if a fence is necessary, but we may put a couple oak fences just to kind of, you know, give a good idea of where the area is. It's not really going to be a functional band, but I just want to decorate this area up a little bit, you know. We've got our wheat fields, our potatoes, we've got our little cow pens. We're living in a cave. We just drove ashore in our boat that wrecked on this annoying, very convenient rock, and the only rock in the entire coast. Also, this traveler's been here for like 4 days. Did they just not leave? Anyway. Also, not in this episode, and maybe not even the next couple episodes, but for some reason the water spawn broke on this river, and it created water block sources all the way around. So I think it'll be kind of neat if we create a natural looking dam, and I think that'll be a lot easier than trying to fill all this in with sand and make it look good again. So it's actually just me being a little bit lazy, but that's for a future episode. For now, let's get the materials and start working on that little campsite. Alright, so we've got our plot of land, we've got our materials. I think we build the tent first. I may or may not do overhead view for this. I don't know. It's gonna be some real trial and error. I've never really built a campsite before, so we'll see how this thing turns out. Also, I've been really bad about sleeping before nighttime lately, so that's why we're getting all these zombies, and this forest is pretty thick, so expect to be attacked several times during the creation of this as well. But I think first things first, the tent. I don't want this thing to be huge. Once again, this is just it's more of a decoration than anything else, but I want the fire to be maybe, I don't want to put it down because I think the fire breaks when you break it, but probably about here. Maybe at least 3 blocks before the tent's entrance, but I want the tent to rope down, so maybe 4 or 5 blocks. That might be close enough. I want it to all be a small, little tight-knit campsite, but I also want room. I think I'm going to do slabs on either side of the fire, and then let's just put those down real quick too, just to get ourselves some spatial awareness. Yeah, that'll work. Maybe we should do the fire first. This sits 1 block in. I think this will look fine. I don't know. Let's put a slab down just in case it looks weird. Okay, we'll put this here. I feel pretty good about it. Whatever. It's not that hard to make a campfire. That's fine. I almost wish I would have elevated it, but it is what it is. It's there now. I'll make another one if I feel I need to. Probably can stack them and it wouldn't look too weird, but here's the front of the tent. I want the string to come down. The string will probably come down to here, so let's move this back 1 more block, I think. And that'll be our tent center. Yeah, so this has to be tall enough. So we can make a steep tent, but I think that because it's solid blocks, and as far as I know, you can't make stairs with wool. So we're gonna have to go with steep blocks. But what that means is, I guess you could do carpets to soften the curve. But anyway, you have to do steep. And I want to be able to get in the bed, which means the bed has to be off to the side and there has to be a block above. So this has to be at least 2 blocks tall, which means the ceiling has to be there. And then here, and then here. See how that looks. Is wool? No, is it sword? Is there not a quick way to cut wool? Anyway, there's that. It's definitely got to come to a point, I think. So we're gonna have to go with a single block center. I should have done wool because I don't know how to cut it. No. I think I dropped my shears off. I want to break this sword anyway. If we're lucky, it'll break. There it goes. I've had one in the backup and it's just wasting an inventory slot, so it's a good way to get rid of that. Also, I haven't really thought about it. I know this is at least going to be dirt, but you may do rug, carpet for the floor. We're feeling fancy. We don't want to sleep on the ground. I mean, they're going to be a bed, but this will work. I don't think I want it to be too deep either. This is already honestly kind of big. Let's get the roof pitch. That's not too bad. And you got to remember, I'm going to do a post in the center, so you got to be able to walk to either side of that. And I'm going to do a tie down, I think, although I don't actually know how these work. We're going to learn together here. This is 1 block down, 2 blocks down. Is this too close to the fire? I don't think so. Oh, I can't even put it on the grass. Do I click it and then, nope. Is it because, can you not put it on a flat ground? Does it need to be on a block? Oh, that's going to be annoying. Can I do it on a slab? Probably not. Okay, I consulted the Google and it says you just put string between them on the ground and it should automatically link them up, but this block is between them. So maybe you can't do diagonal tripwires, unfortunately. Well, that was a total failure, but we'll go with a fence post style. I mean, I was going to do this anyway, but I guess this will be the only thing that holds the tent up. Let's see if this is deep enough. So there's going to be 1, 2, 3 blocks between that and the entrance. I think we'll actually probably close half the tent too, so it'll look like the flap is swung shut. I don't know if that should be indented or not, but we'll look at it when we get there. I think this is good. I want it to be tight. So there'll be a block at the foot of the bed, and then the back of the tent. Yeah, that should be fine. Let's go with that. See how it looks. We'll definitely close the back of the tent completely in, I think. Or at least, up against the posts. I don't think I want to make another layer like so. Then we'll do this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Like that. We're going to need to light this sucker up like that. We'll shove our bed down. I probably should have made a colored bed. We'll come back and fix that later, maybe. Anyway, yeah, we really should have colored the bed at least red or something. That's kind of unfortunate. Oh, shoot. I'm going to do that. Let's go make a colored bed. We'll get some carpet. I think we're gonna carpet this floor. That'll look a lot better. And then we'll probably have to do wool beneath the bed and the posts to make those blend in, right? And then yeah, it's also becoming night, and I don't want to build overnight because skeletons. I'm gonna go grab those materials, and then we'll be back in a snap. Yeah, I think this is gonna work. We'll put this down, and then I think that this post won't work. Actually, now that I say that this will work, yeah, I'll have to. That's all right. We'll just make this block an actual wool block. And then, oh, so this is actually my bed. I stole it, but don't tell me. I'm sure I won't regret that in the future. That should look fine. Yeah, that's just a little indent areas. That'll work. So we'll do the same thing here. Make this post. Probably actually makes more sense that it would be dirt down the center. But I think I like the cohesive look of it all being rug. So that's what we're going to do. We might change our minds. This is my first time really ever making a campsite, honestly. So we're just steal this real quick. Definitely not going to put down my own bed in its place. And we definitely have a spawn right now. I haven't put myself at risk of hiking about 10,000 blocks if I were to die between the sleeps here. Yeah, that'll work. It's a little fancy. You know what? Maybe we'll get rid of this. Just rugs on the sides. How's that look? Pretty undecided about that. Doesn't look great. Let's get rid of the because there wouldn't be green grass in here. I think that's part of the problem. So maybe if we do gravel down the center, that's a little better. That'll work. And then he's probably not going to carpet all the way out to the outside. So let's get rid of these two, and then he's just cleaned up these areas for his stuff, you know. And then this is probably where he's going to keep all of his stuff. So we'll do this. We'll put down some wool, and we'll grab that chest. Yeah, I like that. All right, that'll work. So this is where he's sleeping. Keep him whatever stuff he has handy right there. Cut yourself a little fireplace, a couple logs. We'll mix in some gravel and stuff in here, make this area look a little more beat up. Maybe right-click a couple spots, get the paths going. This isn't, there's no beaten path to this area, but we'll make it look, you know, worn, like they've been walking around the campsite and doing stuff. I wish I had more coarse dirt, but it's going to be mostly gravel for now. Is what it is. Spread out this way a little bit more. Yeah, look at that. Try to be as random as I can when I'm doing stuff like this. I don't really think about what I'm placing where. I just kind of put the blocks in. We've only got 2 coarse dirt, so we'll put those in high traffic areas, we'll say. So we're definitely going to look at this block pretty often and look at that block pretty often. All right, the rest of it we'll fill in with gravel. I think sand would probably be too much contrast. Ideally, we would have more coarse dirt, or yeah, more coarse dirt to blend in here, but we'll work with what we got. I may landscape a little bit, bring this hill in. I think I'll bring this grass line in towards the campsite, so it kind of looks like we're in a small little clearing. This clearing is just maybe a little bit too big. I do like the trees around here. We've got good sun view from here. Yeah, this will work. It's not bad for now. I think I'll slap down. I wanted to look at the walls. I think walls might make it look a little bit too built in, but maybe if we just have like a corner wall here, and then, you know, something maybe over here that's not even a corner, it's just a post or a line that kind of designates this was the edge. And then maybe they didn't have enough materials. I wish fences connected. Fences don't connect though. But you know, that might even look a little better if I just did 2 standing posts, because they just stuck some stakes in the ground at the corner. They didn't even really, you know, put up a wall. They just kind of wanted to stake out where their area was. So that'll actually work. I think I like the looks of that. Just a pole in the ground. Stake out their corners. Probably one more here. Unfortunately, I didn't make enough fence posts, because that's how I roll. I don't bring enough materials ever. This is 2 blocks to the side. This is probably 1 too many blocks over. It's gonna look weird. Post. I think the post will work fine on the fence. Let's just make a fence real quick. Oak wood. It's 4 planks and sticks, right? Oh, we're gonna have just enough. That's gonna be perfect. Post. There it is. So there's the corners. We'll leave that corner blank. It wouldn't have been that thorough. It's just a campsite. If we had some seeds, they would have beaten the grass down directly. Oh, seeds. What am I thinking? We need bone meal. Crap, I dropped all that bones. Let me go grab some bone meal. I'll bone meal up the grass a little bit here. maybe put a bush or two to the back corners of the campsite, and then we'll take a look at the finished product. Well, we found another skeleton friend, but I'm pretty happy with that. It's a nice little campsite. It's really just, set dressing, but I like how it looks. Just a minor pit stop on our way inland to start building our wooded community. We've got our nether portal growing beneath the tree over there, so the little evil seeping into the world. I do want to do some underground, maybe like dark elf, high fantasy stuff. So maybe that'll be part of it. It'll be very nether based. That makes sense, like the nether bleeding into the underground, working its way up to the surface. I don't know, just some ideas. But I don't think we're gonna get to the enchant table today. I think this is probably all we have time for. I feel pretty good. We got the campsite done. The nether portal, our nether spawn looks a little rough, but that's just the way it is. I'll try to gather the materials up. I may build the actual enchant table and put the books around it, but I'll build the structure here together with you probably in the next episode. But that's all I got time for now. If you like this video, leave a like. If you want to see the rest of my journey, subscribe. And that's all I got for now. Thanks for watching.